maybe 頑張ります。あ、鉄はアイロンだっけね。
そう、アイアンも鉄。
だから鋼はスチール。
スチールでいいのかな。
多分。Yes,鋼 is steel.
松明で荒ぶってたの意味あるの？松明ちょっと待って、全部見れてなかった今。
松明で荒ぶってたのって意味がある。
どういうことだろう。首飾りですね。首飾りを、死の首飾りがですね、16分の1の確率でドロップするんですけれど、その代わりは16分の15が松明っていうね、お金をゲットする、お金稼ぎの重要なアイテムとして、死の首飾りがあって1200ゴールドで売れます。なので、それを元金にしてですね、鋼の剣を買うために使います。でも死の首飾りも取ってるんで、松明運ゲーは終わりですね。今、全部スカーフの装備脱いでですね、おっしゃこいっつって死ぬっていうそんな感じですね。で、ラブキャンがですね、今もう一回メルキドに行ってるのかな。So now Sky is back to the Radtom, then he will go to the どこだっけリムルダール。He will go to リムダール then buy Steel Sword。
ちなみにスター・オブ・バイレンスさんがちょっと英語のコメンタリーで入ってくれるんですけど、ちょっと終わったばかりなのでちょっと時間が欲しいっていう、はいはい、
何度か英語つなぎますso now as the golem battle again, so the best thing is keep sleeping. So that depends on turn 1 or turn 2, depends on the number randomizer. So fortunately, maximum 3 turn the golem 3, but
how many is the maximum? 5?
It's 3. Yes, 3. 3 is the maximum.
Okay.
It's from 1 to 3. So if the rock is lower than always awakening, it's really not good for speedrun.
Right. So we want to kill the golem, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He's the guardian. Levels. Yeah, he's the guardian of this town.
Oh.
The town name is Domdora.
Domdora. Okay. So he's very strong.
Yeah, it's difficult to beat on this level, but on the speedrun they always try to beat the golem at this level. Usually it's gonna be 15 or something, the casual play, but the speedrun is much faster to come here.
I see. でさっき初めにちょっと入っていただいて変な名前がなんてっていうのを説明し始めてくれてましたけど、ちょっと終わらずに、はい。
もう一回言った方がいいですよね。日本語で言いますと、まず、ボポっていう名前がですね、ステータスが内部操作っていうんですかね、内部回路によってですね、名前によってステータスが変わりますので、それによってですね、名前っていうのは結構重要になってきます。で、昔はね、なんか、いっていうなんか4文字を使ってたんですけど、最近なんか、いつの間にやらボポっていう名前がね、発見されたようで、こちらのボポっていう名前が2文字なんでね、2文字も短縮できるということから、こちらがね、採用されてるみたいですね。
ステータスってどういうことになるんですか？
そこまで厳密に把握してないけどなんか力とかそういう各種ステータスが上がるんですよね。名前によって変わるんですよ、これ。
So apparently, the reason for the naming choice is because if you name your character Bopo, your stats get generated in a certain way, and they're always the same every time.
Yeah,
and of course they're good stats. So
it's based on the calculation. I think it's difficult to explain everything. Just Japanese characteristics have 50 and 50 and the dot. It's totally 52. No, it's more. It's about 60 there. So totally 100, over 100. Then they pick up two names. Each character have a point. No, the point here. Then we add each character point. Added it.
Okay, so basically the characters have points, and then they change the RNG in a...
Yeah, then we calculate the total point, then divide it 16. Then あんまりってなんて言うんだっけこれ。Leftover. So leftover, calculate the leftover. Depends on this number. The status is decided. So Bopo is how to say it? Bopo だから8 plus 15 plus, and also 8 plus 14. So 22 and 23, the totally 50. No, 45. And then divided 16 and 30と48、18だから3匹で15か、15だよね、15なんで15？ 違うよね違くない？
You're asking the wrong person. I'm so bad at math.
Oh yeah, I forgot it. The two space. I forgot the two space. Then the totally 23 to 22 and 45 and plus 30. Then totally 75. So divided is 16. Then the number is how much? Is 3? 3 is the total. Yeah, 3 is the result. Then except magic point, other status are increased it means the strongest, much stronger than other name. So that's why they always choose Popo. はい。
つまり数学がなんじゃらかんじゃらでボボって強い名前だな。
そう強い名前だなって。
さて皆さん勇者じゃなくてボポなんだって。
そう勇者ボポですね。ポポじゃないですよ、ボポですよ。
ボポ
まあちょっとまあ英語で
ポポってあれ違うシリーズだから。
そうですよ。はい。日本語の方を説明したかったので言いますと、名前の方がですね、アルファベットじゃないわ。ひらがなとカタカナと点と、空略で全部点数が付けられてます。平たく言うと、あいうえおだけが別で、あとカタカナのあいうが別で、あとはずっと順番通りに行くんですけど、でそれでポポってやるとですね、ほに濁点とほに、なんだっけあれ丸つけるんですけど、そうすると、8+14 と、8+15 ですね、22と23っていう数字が出ます。そうするとそれ足すと、45ですね。45に、あと空白があと2つつくので15点、空白が15点になります。半濁点がごめんそうね。そうするとですね、合計が75になります。75になってですね、16で割ります。16で割ると、72が約数で 4倍ですね。4倍の約数ができるんで、俺計算間違えてる75で16で割るからいくつだ？電卓使ってないで計算してるから、64の80、全然違った64だね。64で 75-64 で9か。違うかな。75。
まあ
11か。
そうですね。
11？
結果的に
はい、
ボポ is God。
結果的にですね、素早さ、守り、力が強くなるステータスを選ぶということですね。
So now we have Star of Violence here with us. Hey, Star.
Hi, Star. Finally, he come.
Good work on your run. It looked very hard. And unfortunately, I don't think we can hear. It appears your mic is on, but we can't hear you.
で、今、ラビキャンがですね、ドラゴンループの最中。はい。Hi.
Hello. Okay, now it works.
Hey, Star. Welcome in.
Hi.
Finally, he come. So it's easy for me to explain everything.
All right, so catch me up. Let's see.
We were just talking about Popo.
Yeah, we just explain the name and the relationship of the status.
Yeah, Bopo is not only a fun clown from Rugrats, but he gets a really nice strength and HP growth. So we use that name. There's other names that you can use too. I actually I use Su and Katakana and Ta and Hiragana and 2 dashes, kind of like Tactical just posted, and it works the same way.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So,
yeah,
スターっていう名前を入れても同じ効果が出るっていう。
ですね。Oh. So now lavkian already start to Dragon Loop. Can you explain that?
The Dragon Loop? Oh, sure. So basically, the boss dragon gives a lot of experience in this version of the game, 950. And for some reason, they decided to build in kind of a fail-safe. If you save the princess and then pick her up, but then somehow manage to get yourself killed on the way back to the castle, she has to respawn in the castle or in the cave for you to go get her, and it respawns the dragon also. So at this point in the game, it would be either hunting monsters the fair way, or it would be killing this dragon over and over again. And up until level 15, killing this dragon is a much faster way to get experience. So we just bully this dragon by repelling all the enemies on our way and killing him about 7 times. At that point, once you're level 15, you can actually just go get Roto's armor and go hunt near Melchido, or Cantlin, as the English NES players would know it as. At that point, it's faster to actually hunt near in the mountains near that town, because Roto's armor is so good. It heals twice as fast on this version as any other version because of the half-stepping on tiles that the system uses to walk you around. So basically, that's what's going on lavkian's end right now. Is I'm not sure which part of the dragon loop he's actually in. I have to catch his level.
Now 13. Okay.
He's level 13, so
yeah.
I know he was just buying holy water in town, which he should have. I want to say he's got 3 dragons left, if I recall correctly. It's been a little while for me, so. But yeah, he should. At this point, he will have had 4 dragon kills and is heading to number 5. Yeah.
So,
yeah. Okay.
So may I explain in Japanese that everything?
Sure.
Yeah. そう、今、スターさんがね、説明してくれたんですけど、ドラゴンループがですね、合計7匹、狩りということですね。合計7匹狩る途中でですね、5匹を買った後に聖水を買うと。ですね。で、今、ラビキャンが今その状況にあると。で、ドラゴンを買う理由としてですね、スーパーファミコン版のこのドラクエですね、この王女の前にいるドラゴンなんですけど、これが経験値が950いるということですね。結構非常に効率がいい稼ぎの場所なんですね。それなので、15まで稼いで、15レベルになった後ですね、滅ぼされたのにドムドライ、ドムドライじゃないわ、フォーそうですね、ドムドライ行って、ロトの鎧ですね。ロトの鎧を取るためにドムドライに行きますと。で、今やってるのが、王女を抱えたままですね、死ぬことによってですね、救助、助けたことにならないと。助けたことにならないで、また王女が捕まってしまうということで、何度も倒すことができるということですね。ちょっと簡単なざっくり説明でしたけど、はい。It's down. Now it's down. To explain everything. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Short explanation.
So, I think this section of the game is actually pretty interesting because, like, if you wanted to be glib about it, you could kind of just say, "Oh, you just killed the dragon over and over again." But there's this balance you need to keep with like your inventory management and stuff. Like you need to get pick up your holy water and use it at certain times, and you need to keep an eye on that. Like and of course, being able to kill the dragon with as low HP as possible without getting yourself killed is also a skill in and of itself, because you have to. Ideally, you're counting the damage you're doing to the dragon like every turn, and you've got to keep on this, so you don't end up like winning with 40 something HP, wasting all your holy water steps. It's it can be pretty tight. So I think it's interesting to have to like manage all of those little things, even though there's, for the most part, very little danger in this section. I think it's also probably one of the most skill-intensive parts because there's actually so little variance involved. If you choose to be, quote, risky, then you're banking on trying to take initiative at level 13 with very low HP, at which point the risk you're taking is at worst a 3% chance at being killed. So in either event, like, as long as you are counting everything right and making sure you're doing everything right, there's basically no chance for you to die. It's all a matter of how fast can you actually do it. I guess the one of the unlucky things that can happen is you get a not so nice Kaishin like right at the end. Like you're like 5 hits in, and then you get a Kaishin and you win with like 50 HP or something, and now you have to deal with that.
Okay, now, yeah.
そこの一撃。
そう。ドラゴンをですね、15まで狩る理由がですね、主人公の HP と関係してます。なんでかっていうと、主人公の HP が残りすぎてしまうので、毒沼で死ぬ時間がかかってしまうというのが大きな理由ですね。であと道中で聖水を買って聖水を使う理由はですね、途中のね敵を出さないようにするための時間節約ですね。そのために使っています。でそうすることによって道中のね毒のダメージとあとはドラゴン戦のダメージの計算でうまくすぐ自害できるようにできているということですね。で運が悪くて痛恨とか会心とかで会心で先に倒してちゃったりすると HP がすごい余ってしまうのでロスになるということですね。So then now come to the golem. The Scar face to golem.
Ooh, golem. Okay. I like the golem section too. Actually, it's interesting. Also, it's definitely more reliant on luck to a point because you're trying to walk through an endgame area with like level 8.
Yeah, incredible.
And it's ridiculous. But I don't know. Did anybody go over the half step technique by any chance?
Oh no, I didn't explain that.
Oh, okay. This is
Levitz mentioned it just briefly during DQ2, but we didn't really go over it.
Okay, so the way that works, and it's part of the reason why it's easier to get to the golem and actually kill it. Whenever you're walking north or south, if you come to an impassable tile like water or craggy mountains, kind of half overlaying it, and you keep pushing in that direction, the game will push you around that tile. And when you take that step, the threat counter does not move up, and you can't get an encounter on that step. And like in DQ2, it's not super critical to do it, although, what do you call it? That bit in Zahan where you have to walk across all those barriers, it's important there because you don't take damage from damage tiles either while you're doing that. But that doesn't really matter for Dragon Quest 1 for the most part. In Dragon Quest 1, the function where you manage to avoid encounters and increasing encounter threat is much more important, especially on the walk to the golem, because there's just these enemies will kill you with no problem whatsoever, and but there's a lot of craggy mountains on the way to the golem, like a lot. So almost every other step you're taking can be the kind of step that you take that evades encounters. So you drastically reduce your encounters by walking that way. Also, the little bit that Scar just did there, he took the defense seed from the cabinet like a half a step away from the cabinet. He didn't walk all the way up to it, there's virtually no point other than saving like a fraction of a second, and it's the only cabinet in the game you can do that with, and I don't know why, but it's funny. So yeah, and then so the golem itself is actually he's free. The game will keep him asleep 100% when you play the fairy flute for at least one turn. So their players will often, once they have an HP buffer, will choose to attack twice and then play the flute once, as long as they have Hoimi or Yakusol to heal with. But even if you have no healing left, as long as you can take the first hit from Golem, you can play the flute and then strike, and then play the flute and then strike, over and over again until it dies, because it'll never wake up. And another one of those differences from NES, the Golem used to give 6 experience, and now it gives 2,500. So we get to gain 3 levels, like, super fast. From level 8, from which you walk there, that gives you that takes you up to. Actually, I think it takes you 9 to 11. It takes you to level 11, like, because Scar's level 11 now, actually. So.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get lucky, and you get Metal Slime on the way. That's a great place to get a Metal Slime. And it gives you like better HP, and it makes your dragons more stable because you're level 12 from the start. This level 11 dragon that he's fighting right now, this guy takes a while because you don't do very good damage at level 11, but you get a pretty big strength increase at level 12, I want to say. And all the dragons just get a lot easier from there. This level 11 dragon, though, as you can see, is like barely going down. I think he's about to, though, because he's just about out of MP, so... Ooh, good.
Nice,
wow,
nice.
5 HP. That's a nice dragon.
まあ最低 HP、まあ、21とか22ぐらいが確保できていれば、まあ、死ぬことはないので、基本死ぬことはないので、ね、火の息吐いても死ぬことはないんで、まあ、それを維持しながら、まあ、戦うのが基本戦法ですね。
中さん、半数とかっていうのをちょっと説明してもらいます。歩く半歩とか。
半歩。
そう、なんか、
ね、
タイルの半分ですね。まあ、ちょっとまあ、私も説明しかねるところはあるんですが、この灰色の山とかのところを歩くと、そのタイルの半分出ているところで、そこ一つの方向で歩いて通れないのにゲームが無理やり通してくれるので、そこはインカがないのもあるし、上にそこでインカのカウンターが上がらないっていうの
そうですね。
っていうのがスターさんが説明してもらいました。
Sorry,
I was explaining about the half steps.
Okay. No, I heard my name.
I was explaining about the half steps. で、なぜそれが重要かっていうと、ゴレムまでの道が危ないからっていうのもあるし、まあ、演歌出るとタイムロスになるので、なるべく演歌が出ないようにしていきたいという感じですね。
そうですね。山を歩いてる感覚ですね。だから灰色の山ってもともといけない設定になってるから演歌をしないっていうそういう細かいテクニックを実は使ってるそうです。で、今ラブキャンがもう ドムドーラで今鎧取ろうとしますね。
Sorry to have interrupted you, sir. You can continue.
Oh no, that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking about what to address next. lavkian is about to. Oh yeah, he's fighting the Akuma no Kishi. Now this fight is very skillful. This fight, you walk up to it and you hold X, and then you hope that it dies. And there's nothing else you can do. Basically,
じゃあ、今、ラブキアンが、戦ったのが、進んで X を、押しながら死んでくれるのを待つだけっていう。
ねえ。
So,
Tell us why?
here's how it works. Basically, at level 15, with the equipment that you have, that is the earliest level that you can reasonably fight this thing. And it's basically left up to chance, but it's not left up to very much chance. I think you have like somewhere north of an 80% chance of winning. The issue is you have to like damage race him. If you can cast stop spell on him, right? Or Mahoton. If you use Mahoton, he can't use Rariho, but then he will only attack you. He won't try to cast Rariho anymore, and you will lose that race because Hoimi cannot heal as much as Akuma can deal damage. So, however, in most cases, Boppo is faster than Akuma no Kishi, and he will do enough damage in 4 hits. Each of you can kill each other in 4 hits, but you're faster. So you hope for one of 2 things. Either that you simply go faster the whole time and kill him by trading blows, or if he casts Rariho and misses, then that's a free turn for you. If he casts Rariho and it hits you, you probably die because you go to sleep and Bopo might never wake up. But and so it's kind of it's risky, but it's not. You take a chance because you don't really have very much control over the situation. However, the alternative, which would be to gain more experience until you can fight him stably or with stability, it's going to take too long. And you can't fight the same quality of enemies like the enemies that he's fighting now, near Murakido. You can't just wander around there and fight those because you don't have Roto's armor yet. With that, so your experience gain is just not going to be fast enough to be able to fight Akuma with stability. So it's easier to just and faster to just go fight him. Yeah, exactly what Samdiner just said. The payout compared to the risk is extremely high. There's very, very little risk involved. Like, you might lose a minute to a minute and a half by losing to Akuma no Kishi. And the same with Golem. If you actually lost on the way to Golem, you could fail to make it to Melkido to fight Golem several times, and it would still be faster than fighting monsters fairly. That's the big thing there. 2,500 experience is a lot, and Roto's armor is very powerful as well in this case. So these risks we take, they balance out very nicely in our favor.
そうチャットで、すみません、姫様を連れてどういう意味
ないです
とか
ないです意味はないです別に。てかむしろ一般的には姫連れても何も意味ないんで、本当は姫を 城に戻して王女の愛っていうのを取って、それによってロトの印を発見するっていうのが普通の一般的なルートなんで、基本しないです、そんなことただスピードランナーたちはね、みんな場所分かってるんで、別に王女を連れてっても関係ないっていう、だからまあ連れ歩いてるだけ、戻るのがロスなんで、ただ連れてるだけっていうだけですね。で、あとさっき悪魔の騎士についての説明があったんで、ちょっと説明するんですけど、悪魔の騎士はですね、魔法トーンが必ず効くそうです。で、必ず効くんですけど、必ず効いて、まあ、やるパターンだと、悪魔の騎士の攻撃力が高すぎて、逆にこっちがやられるそうですね。ホイミの回復力では間に合わない。なんで、戦い方としては、ひたすら殴ると。で、ラリホーが来て外れることを願うと。すごい大胆なやり方ですけど、ね、これがね、ある意味成功法だそうですね。はい。それで、まあ、悪魔の騎士を倒して、ロトの鎧を取ると。それが一番、まあ、タイムは速いということなんで、それを採用しているのが皆さんやってると。で、あと、ステータス的にはですね、ボポはですね、スパイスはもう力も高いので、悪魔の騎士に先制できるというのが一番大きいですね。で、ラリホを外してなんていうと、まあ、ね、一回得した形になるので、まあ、それをね、運よく続くことを願っていくというゲームです。すごいですね。で、今、そんなもんでいくか。
So who is in the lead right now?
lavkian by a good margin. lavkian is in the only real grindy section of the game. Actually, just plain grinding on monsters for experience near Melquito. After you get Roto's armor, we just kind of wander over here and fight stuff until we are either at or very close to level 17. The way things proceed from here is you get that experience, get close to 17 or to 17, and that's when you head back towards Remolder to go get the rainbow drop and prepare for the end game. At that point, we'll actually, since you need Behoimi to be able to win, and you learn that at level 18. We actually fight monsters in Dragon Lord's castle to get to level 18. So from the point that Lavkian is at onward, it's reasonably simple. You also get Roto's sword inside of Dragon Lord's castle. That was a very long answer to who's in the lead. But that is pretty much how it is. Yeah, it looks like Lavitz is in part of the Dragon Loop. Scar and Lavitz are at different parts of the Dragon Loop, while Lavkian has been done with it for some time, got Roto's armor, and is doing his traditional grind, where we don't abuse respawning monsters and things. And he's fighting my favorite awful enemy, Star Chimera. The Akame no Kishi part reminded me of a story. Somebody was in my stream asking me why they were having such a hard time and if they had made him harder. And I was like, well, no, I mean, everything got easier in this version, so I don't really know what you're talking about. And he was like, well, I tried to go fight him at level 13, and I used Sop Spell, but I could never beat him. And that's one of the big differences between Famicom and Super Famicom versions, is Akame no Kishi will continue to try and cast Rariho on Famicom, and it won't on Super Famicom. So casting Mahoton on Akuma no Kishi on Super Famicom is just a good way to get yourself killed. So he's very confused. And I got to break the news to him.
そう、今悪魔の騎士についてファミコン版とスーファミ版の違いを今言ってくれまして、スーファミ版はですね AI が乏しいのでラリホをずっとぶっ破しているとなのでマホトーンが成功してたらマホトーンで使えないのにラリホをずっと使い続けるので絶対勝てるそうですね。ただスーファミになってそれが改善されてマホトーン食らうと殴るっていう、はい。で同様にですねファミコン版はですねラリオを食らったらほぼ負け決定な感じなんですよ。起きる確率が非常に少ないので、なんで、結果的に今ラリホゲーだということですね。
ちょっと順位がとその差が出ましたので、今1位でB が1位ですね。で次に A で差が18分弱ぐらいですね。と C がB から29分くらいですね。
そうね、約25分か。
はい。
ですね。
So we got the updated results for who's in the lead, and right now Team B is in the lead, and A is behind them with a difference of about 18 minutes, and C is right behind them with a difference of 11 minutes from A to C. That is all.
Let's see. I can comment on why lavkian is able to actually grind over in this area. I think I briefly touched on it where I mentioned Roto's armor is twice as good at healing. And the reason for that is actually the same reason that you can do half-stepping. The game counts your walking in half tiles instead of full tiles. And given that they fixed this in other remakes, I think that was one of the things they actually did make a mistake with. They just didn't think about it. I don't know. But in every version of the game, Roto's armor heals you for 1 point of HP per full tile, and in this one, it heals you for 1 per half, so you heal twice as fast. And that also makes it possible to actually fight monsters inside of Dragon Lord's castle, because otherwise you really wouldn't gain HP back at a fast enough rate to deal with those kinds of monsters back to back. They're all very, even though we can actually fight them, they're all quite strong. So you really need that healing. And between the half-stepping that we can do to lower encounter rates wherever we can, and twice as fast healing, it makes it a pretty reasonable thing to do.
Loto no yoroi っていうのかなが、その歩いた半数っていうか半歩なんかさ
半歩
のところ
ロト鎧は基本的に、半歩で1回復するものです。はい、スーパーミマンは半歩で1だから1マス動いたら2回復します。
で普段は1マス進んだら1を回復しますよね。普段であれば。
でコメントでメタル乱獲するチャートはですね、そこまで多分乱数調整ができないのかな。できるんであれば、
Star,
Star-
is it possible to manipulate getting metal slimes?
Yes.
And if so, is there a chart? I guess that's what they want to know, like the
Like
details.
how to do it? Yeah. I think Maru's old chart might have the details of that. If you give me a second to find it.
そうですね。半歩の概念がないファミコンは1歩につき1ですね。そうです。失礼しました。そうです。縦ごとメタルは禁止です。はい。そこはレギュレーションあったの忘れてた。だから乱数調整によるメタルはダメですね。
はい。今回は使わない。
今回はなし。
So,
I
just a
translated
reminder.
this chart originally to learn how to play, and I can't find the original anymore.
Okay.
Just a reminder that in the rules, in this category this time around, they aren't going to be using any manipulation to get metal slimes.
Oh right, yeah, you can't we can't use harp to summon them, but you are allowed to manipulate hits.
Right.
Right.
前みたいに乱数調整をしないで出た時に武器を使って殺していいっていうそうですね、フレームでフレーム調整と乱数調整なんて言うんだっけね、弦忘れてました。乱数調整なんか他に言い方ありました。でもそれは禁止でグーキは OK っていうことですね。
状況再現ですか
？Yes、状況再現。
そうですね。1はねブレる要素があまりないので遅くなる要素はたくさんあるんですけどねそう、誰から説明していけばいいんだ。そしたらこれ。So, lavkian beat again to kill the dragon again.
Oh, yep. We
This is for under experience.
Yeah, it's since it respawns one more time after we use Death Warp away from Melkido in order to get back, because it's just faster than trying to cast Return or Urura, and you might not even have the MP to actually do it, and it gives you a refill. So basically, it's faster to Death Urura away from Melkido, and that will respawn the dragon again. Either that, or if you lost to Akuma no Kishi earlier, that would have respawned the dragon also, because you would have the princess with you again. So then you get to kill the dragon one more time for bonus experience.
So this is
really
the last
nice.
one.
Yep. Yeah. That one wasn't part of the loop. He just did it on his way to the rainbow drop and to go to Remolder.
So sorry. Okay.
Oh no, that's okay. Go on.
So 今ラブキャンがねもう一回ドラゴン買ってたんですけど、あれが最後のドラゴンですね。要はリオの城に行くためにもう一回ドラゴンのいるとこを通らなきゃいけないんですね。だからそれを最後のドラゴンの狩るタイミングになって今虹の雫を取るところに今来てますね。でこれで竜王のところに決めます。はい。OK、go Metal coming. Oh, it's escape.
I found I just posted it in Discord. I found the original chart that I referenced, and so I found the Japanese explanation of metal hunting frame manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
It's in DQ commentary or DQ1 commentary. Naka-san.
Okay. Commentary. 空気フレーム調整にはメタルガについて。ダメージアンティはフレームによって決まってるそうです。で、A ボタンの、押すタイミングですね。押すタイミングによって、フレームを固定にすると。フレーム固定ができて、必ず1ダメージが当たるようになるんですね。で、タイミングとしては最初のターン攻撃をして、でその後にエフェクトが始まった時から A ボタンを押しっぱなしするっていうことですね。とんでもないですねこれね。でダメージ当たった場合、点滅してる間にボタンを一瞬押すと。で与えられなかったら押しっぱなしで、ずっと押すことによって必ず1が入るタイミングがあるっていうことなんで、1が入ったらまた点滅してる間に A ボタンを一瞬離してっていうことをすると。それで、必ずメタルが枯れる。なんちゅうことやね。
とこのグキフレーム調整はOK で状況再現でメタルスライムが続けて再現するのは
まあダメっていう。
Star, could you explain the frame manipulation?
Sure. So basically, this actually works on any enemy that has defense that's too high for you to actually be able to damage it, which metal slimes easily do. The way it works is... I'm trying to remember exactly how it works. Because I know the technique, but the explanation behind it is a little sketchy to me. But basically, every time you attack something that has defense that's too high for you to damage it, the game kind of flips a coin in memory. And if you get heads, then you get to do 1 damage. If you don't, then you miss. What you're doing with the frame manipulation technique is holding the right value in memory and letting it change as necessary. And you do that by holding A. And whenever you're holding any button, values in certain parts of memory stay the same. And the instructions say to, during the animation for the hit, to let go very briefly and then hold it again. And that will actually put you on the right side of that coin. So the technique is like this. You encounter a metal slime, you just turbo through fighting it. Doesn't really matter if you're holding A for that part. But you pick fight, and then you hold A. And then you'll do your first attack. If your first attack is a miss, you continue to hold the button until your next attack. At which point, it will definitely hit. And while you're watching the hit animation, you very briefly let go of A, and then hold A again. If you hit it the first time, then you would simply start there. So the bit you do during this is just correction. As long as you keep the pattern of very briefly letting go of A and then holding again during hit animation, you'll continue to hit the slime until it's dead. You can't keep the slime from running away, nor can you make them appear unless you're doing heart manipulation. But as long as it stays, you can guarantee that you will hit it every turn. That way.
Okay, it's interesting.
Okay, nice.
Also sounds really complicated.
It's in practice, it's not. Like actually doing it is easy unless you're playing Dragon Quest 2 and you have like 3 party members to deal with and different kinds of weapons and stuff. That's where it actually gets sketchy, and that's why I lost that second Metal Babel
Yeah.
that I was fighting. I was so mad. Dragon Quest 2 is a lot different.
Yeah.
As far as that goes.
Lavitz was explaining to us a little bit about there's different things for different weapons, but I'm sure it's just so complicated that the more you explain it, the more confusing it is.
There's no need to get into that part. In Dragon Quest 1, it's thankfully very easy because you only ever have one of the kinds of weapons whenever you would actually fight a metal slime. There are 3 different kinds of weapons that break the pattern as I described it, but you never have them when you would fight a metal slime in this game, so it doesn't matter. Or you would just never have them anyway because they're like fists and iron axe and stuff, like things that you never buy. Roto's sword is different, but you have Roto's sword in here when you're going to fight Dragon Lord and not when you're going to fight Metal Slime, so it doesn't matter. Keys Dragon.
Yeah. Keys Dragon.
All the enemies.
I think Das Dragon is much better to beat it.
I love Das Dragon. Das Dragon makes me super happy. It's like winning the lottery. 350 experience, and it's basically free. Das Dragon Das Dragon not only gives the most experience in the game for an enemy that's not a metal slime, but it's actually one of the easiest. Because unlike Famicom, it can't cast Rariho, and Das Dragon has its first 4 turns are a pattern that never changes. And it's like, let's see, it'll do weak dragon breath, and it'll cast Mahoton, and then it'll do weak dragon breath again, maybe. So I think it takes 3 turns for it to even do a normal attack, and the things it does before that you don't care about. Like, oh no, I got Mahoton cast on me, what will I do? I'll keep swinging my sword. And then it'll die before it even does anything, so I very much like seeing Das Dragon.
そう、今、トップ走ってるね、ラウキャンが今、竜の城行ってるんですけど、キースドラゴンとダースドラゴンっていうのが2匹いるんですけど、違うのがいるんですけど、キースドラゴンが経験値180に対して、ダースドラゴンが350っていう、約2倍ですね。約2倍の経験値をもらえるので、ダースドラゴンの方が得である。で、さらに言うと、ダースドラゴンはですね、行動パターンが最初の4ターンは固定だそうで、最初、first is breath?
Yes, I believe so.
最初は
Let me double check real quick. I can.
最初が火の息で、次が next is the rally hole.
Okay. Yep. It actually has an 8 turn pattern, but it's always dead before the 4th one.
Oh, okay.
It's weak dragon breath. Then Mahoton.
Oh, okay.
Then attack. And then weak breath again. And yeah, it starts attacking more after that, but by then
it's dead.
It's dead. Yeah.
Okay.
Generally.
Okay. So ダスドラゴンは基本火の息、マホトン、攻撃でまた火の息っていうパターンを最初4ターン、8ターンまで固定らしいんですけど、その前に倒してしまうので、みんな4ターンまでしか覚えてないっていうことですね。 で今まあ調整中ですかね。レベル上げ調整ですね。18に上げる調整してますね。So now is adjustment for level up.
Right. Yeah, he wants to make sure he's pretty close to level 18 before he chooses to go further than this, because this next floor looks like he thinks he's fine. Oh no, he's actually just healing. Okay. Once you start on this floor, this is where DOS dragons appear. Which is nice, but this is also where Shinigami no Kishi starts appearing. And DOS dragon is kind of rare also. This is where players will decide whether or not they want to play riskier for a faster time or not, by deciding, oh, I'll get DOS dragon and get experience faster. But if you're playing safer, then you'll do what lavkian's doing, and oh no, Lavit's got Roddy hold.
Yeah, Team Cities, unfortunately.
That happens though. That's okay. You just go right back on over there and wave your sword in his face until he falls over.
Yeah. Revenge again.
Lavkian. Oh my god. Lavkian getting frisky with a stone man.
Oh.
He had 7 HP left. Oh my god.
That's so gross. He wants to die.
It's Stone Man is really scary sometimes because he's got a lot of HP. And he still hits pretty hard. So if you're trying to just be in a damage race, it can be pretty difficult. Looks like he's decided he's moving on. Shinigami no Kishi. Good friend Shinigami no Kishi. There's another thing too, is if you have enough experience before you come down here, you can basically just ignore Shinigami no Kishi until you absolutely need experience. If you don't get any from other things like the Daimadoshi or the DOS dragons. Or Stone Man. Anything but Shinigami no Kishi. Shinigami no Kishi is pretty... Oh! Dasu Dragon!
Nice. そう、死神の騎士がね、結構今3連続で来て、1回逃げなくてちょっと焦ってましたけどね。死神の騎士はビギナーとか使って本当危ないんで。結構硬いしね。で、ストーンマンもストーンマンで HP が高いので、ちょっとすると負けてしまうリスクもあるので、まあ注意が必要な敵ですね。今レベル上がりましたね。So now he's level up.
Yep, he doesn't have to fight anything anymore. Looks like he's getting some HP back.
Yeah. 今無駄に歩いてるんですけど、無駄じゃなくてこれは HP を回復させるために、階段使って塩化をしないようにして HP を稼いでますね。So now refill the hit point. Right?
Oh, I'm sorry.
128 is the maximum.
He might have a bit more. I believe the range is anywhere between 128 to a little bit over 130. His maximum is 128 right now. It can vary a little bit because of your HP seeds, Inochi no Kiyomi, that you pick up earlier. Okay. So Dragon Lord time. Roddy Hole versus
coming.
Bobo. That is a very accurate description of this fight.
Yeah, it's true.
Ryo is a much scarier in first form in this version.
Oh, sleep.
No, don't.
Oh,
no, beg your. Okay. Oh my god.
He's wake up. It's okay.
This phase of the fight is fairly random, unfortunately, because he can just put you to sleep and you never wake up. And he'll heal himself with Behoimi.
Oh,
and all of this stuff just this stuff just chews through your MP because you have to heal yourself too. Eventually, oh, nice Kaishin. Oh, good. All right, this fight looks like it's going pretty well. 60 effective 64 MP is pretty good to enter this phase of the fight with. So Ryuo 2 is on a strict pattern, and so we heal on specific HP lines during the fight. And what we heal with depends on whether we have Yakuso left or what our HP is at particular times. Because Ryuo 2 is just going to do the exact same things every turn. Well, not the exact same, but mostly the same. On turn 1, he's always going to use Violent Flames. On turn 2, he'll always use a physical attack. On turn... did I get that right? I can't even remember his pattern anymore.
It's difficult to description between between three breaths.
Yeah, he's got he's got 3 different kinds of breath. All right, yeah, I was right. Oh, he's done. All right, great.
Nice GG.
Okay, so I looked it up. I was right. So, on first turn, he's always going to use Violent Blaze. On second turn, he's always going to use attack. On the third turn, he uses either one of 2 different kinds of weak breath.
It's like a middle.
Right, yeah. It's
middle.
actually it's like you know how Takemura has fire breath? It's like that. He'll use either Chimera breath or regular dragon breath.
Okay.
And then on the fourth turn, and this is where there's the most variance, he'll use either a strong physical attack or the weak breath again. So, but other than that, things are extremely stable in that fight, and unless you enter it with very low MP because the first phase decided to like put you to sleep a lot or cast Behoimi a lot, if like chances Dragon Lord 1 can actually run out of MP because he's only got 40. But chances are that if the fight lasted long enough for him to run out of MP, you're probably pretty close too. So, and then he actually just starts punching you over and over again with his physical attack that's about as strong as Begirama.
No.
I usually want to see his physical less because Begirama at least gets damage cut because you have Roto's armor. But his physical does about as much damage regardless. So, but lavkian entered phase 2 in good shape. 64 MP is a little low. 72 is, I think, very safe. But 64 is also pretty good as long as you have a couple of herbs on hand. Because you can actually use herbs during this fight if you're say your HP is I should probably explain the actual dynamic of the fight anyway. We plan ahead 1 extra turn. So on the first turn, he's going to do Violent Breath. And we know that will do at most 54 damage. Right. And we also know that the next turn's attack is going to do at most 47. These are the maximums. So as long as we're above 101 HP on turn 1, you can attack, and you know that on the next turn, even if he physicals first, you'll survive. So, say turn 1, 100 plus HP, you attack, he casts fire. On the next turn, you'll use Behoimi because you're planning again for the turn after that with physical plus whatever fire breath he uses. So, for instance, at the beginning of that fight, lavkian used an herb at the beginning because he had just a little under 101 HP. And having that extra herb HP sets you up pretty good for the next 2 turns. Let him attack over the course of 2 turns instead of having to heal next, I believe. And the more times you get to attack, the better, obviously. So, given that we know what he's going to do, we get to plan ahead and heal and attack accordingly. So as long as you actually have the MP, the fight's very, very stable. It's Dragon Lord 1 that's a jerk and tends to take all your MP away because he's like, I do what I want, I'll cast Rariho, you're never gonna get up, like I'm gonna heal 3 times in a row, whatever, like that's fine. Like, and you have to spend all your MP healing because he just lives forever. And it's a much different story from the NES version where he just casts Mahotone and you don't care. But I think I'll take that trade. I like that trade. I'm okay with Rio 1 being the way it is and Dragon Lord 2 being the way it is. It's a really fun fight, I think, once you understand it, and especially once you know it well enough to be able to adjust HP lines just in case your MP is lower. I have won that fight with 48 MP before, which is it's an awful condition to be in. But if you make adjustments, then and get a little lucky, you can still win. But 56 is the point at which I feel the most safe. These are all multiples of 8 because the only spell you're casting is Behoimi, which costs 8 MP. So you're judging your ability to win based on how many times you can cast Behoimi.
Okay.
Because you can't afford to cast Hoimi. It's not good enough. You're just wasting Behoimi basically. So if there's a point such as around 90 HP on turn 1, where Hoimi would be good, that's when you would use Yakuso instead. To cover that, and then you can attack next turn. It's all very tight, but it's really stable. I like it. It's probably one of my favorite parts of the game is that fight.
そう今、竜王ですね。竜王の説明なんですけど、ざっくり言うとコードパターンが、激しい炎を、攻撃、燃え盛る火炎、攻撃あるいは火の息の4パターンが基本的にループになるので、激しい炎の前に後に回復を取れる、基本的に竜王には、コードパターンが固まっているので、それに合わせた、自分の行動をすればいいということですね。ただ問題なのは MP の管理とかが、竜王1の方がランダムなんで、それに竜王1でいかに、MP を維持できるかが第2の竜王の通る、倒せる率に直結するということですね。So
let's see. And so Scar is pretty well on his way through Dragon Lord's castle, and Lavitz is doing his grinding near Melchido.
Yes, then chasing the Scar.
This is a part that Dragon Lord 1 makes pretty scary. The worst part about how random he can be is that losing to him easily costs more time than anything else in the game.
Oh.
Like you can lose to Golem, and that only costs you like a couple of minutes. You can lose to Akuma no Kishi, and it costs even less than that. And you can even, if you lose to Akuma no Kishi, you can even take some time back, like I'm sure Lavitz is actually going to do. Instead of using Desurura from Melkido, he's just going to cast Rura and leave.
Oh, much faster than using Rura or something.
He doesn't have to. He doesn't have a princess to kill. Basically, like normally we want to get rid of the princess so we can get another dragon, right? Well, Akuma no Kishi already did that, so Laura is back in the cave, safe and sound, and we can just leave with Rura instead of having to Desurura instead.
No.
So that's nice, kind of. Like you can take back a little time, even though Akuma no Kishi still loses you some. But it's not too bad. But then there's losing to Dragon Lord, and losing to Dragon Lord, it's like a good 10 minutes because there's no way to make it up. You just have to suck it up and leave and go back to the castle and run away from everything and just get back to Dragon King and hope you beat him that time. It's not. Like, that's the walk of shame.
By the
sometimes
way, we
there's just
have an update on the differences between all of the runners, if that's okay right now.
Sure.
So Team B is still in the lead. As many of you can see, Darko RTA has started up Dragon Quest III. Behind Team B by 16 minutes is Team A. And then behind Team A is Team C with another about 16 minutes. So we've made up a little bit of time. A little bit. I have to admit, though, not only you, Star, but Diener also had a very, very, very mean white loop.
Oh man, I don't know what happened to Diener, but I'm sorry.
Mean.
I can only imagine. I was just trying to focus on my own run, especially after.
Don't imagine it. Just don't.
I'm going to admit to being extremely frustrated with the way my run went, mostly because, to explain this bit, it was absolutely my fault, 100%.
You'll get the full story later. Nice.
Yeah. Basically, at the point at which I fought Belial, I had lost 2 prayer rings, and in order to be safe, what I should have done was leave the castle and save the game with my 2 rings intact, and then just walk back to go fight Hargon and stuff. What I did was go, oh, my rings should be okay, and I tried to continue fighting, and then I lost them before I had even like half a full MP for Shido. And it had been so long since I got to save the game, because I managed to actually play well in the castle and stay inside, that I couldn't just reset to get my rings back. So I was left with the choice of like resetting to get my rings back, but going back probably about as long as I spent trying to. I had to save with none. Yeah, that was the issue. Like, so to get back to Shido and through Hargon, because just because you beat Hargon doesn't mean he won't come back. He'll just come back. Like, he doesn't care. Yeah, Shido was awful because I didn't have MP, and this is the especially for us. The thing that made me especially frustrated at the time
was that it was after that great castle.
Mostly because it's entirely possible that you can't finish the game anymore.
Really?
If you don't have enough MP, you can't win. And it costs a lot of MP to fight Shido sometimes. The reason I made it was very close to the castle, and this is why you saw me just like before I managed to win. I fought an Archdemon a little bit south of the castle, and then I cast Return to go back and saved because the Archdemon dropped a prayer ring. And I was like, okay, like I need to make sure I can keep this. So I saved with that ring and then walked back. And it was still pretty sketchy because I still broke that ring, but I broke that ring after everybody was full. And then Shido decided to continue to punish me by never wanting to be affected by Menusa, and I spent almost half my MP just trying to land Menusa.
Yeah.
It was not that fun.
On a different note, Star, is it okay if we have the DQ3 commentators also come in? I know that Scar is our DQ3 commentator for the Japanese side, but we do have the English commentator.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, I think I've said about all I really can about DQ1 at this point. That so like, I'll take off if you guys are ready to commentate on DQ3.
そう。今ドラクエ3だいぶ進んじゃってるんですけど、主人公は怠け者っていう HP が高いやつですね。HP が高い、性格を選びます。ドラクエ3は数枚版になって、性格によってステータスが変動するものが、新たにできておりますので、怠け者っていうね、性格を選んで HP が高い安定したチャートですねを言ってます。で今なんだっけ弾静寂の弾じゃないそれは最後魔法の弾を使ってもう今次の先のねロマリアに行くとこに今行こうとしますね。ロマリアだっけ？
You can also see in Dragon Quest 3 that they also use the half step to walk around corners and things to avoid encounters and also to keep their encounter steps slow.
Hello.
Here we have Lav. Hey, lavkian. We'll wait until they get their mic in.
Hey, I was just checking my push to talk. Do I sound okay?
You sound fine.
Thanks.
Alrighty. Do you guys want me to talk about what Darko's been up to?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Should I just start from character creation and kind of go up to what he's been doing so far?
How about let's talk about character creation when someone else starts up? Because I think Scar just finished, so he's just at the ending.
Okay, so Darko right now is just going through the Cave of Temptation. Cave of Temptation is not a very risky place, just kind of a speed bump on the way to Romilly, where I imagine he's going to be picking up some safety gear in preparation for going to the Pyramid. And the Pyramid is the really scary reset-heavy part of this game. It is optional to make the purchases that Darko is likely to make here. If you're going for a really good time, you will come in here and take it in and then just immediately leave. Because you have to take it in here to put the day and night cycle in a specific place. But everything else Darko is doing here, he's going to pick up a couple of items and then immediately sell them. All this is strictly optional. But in a setting like this, you do want to take every precaution you can, because even with the purchases that Darko is about to make, he's going to buy some armor for his soldier and his thief. The Pyramid is still a very dangerous place. I mean, we're level, 2, maybe 3? And you're supposed to be in the teens by the time you go to this Pyramid. So, yeah, extremely dangerous place.
Hi, greetings.
Hey there, Dina.
Hello, everyone. I hope you are all enjoying the race. I'm having a great time watching it.
今はさっき走っていらっしゃったラブキアンさんとサムディアナさんが一緒に解説に入っていただいたんです。日本語側のスカーセイさんはもうちょっと待ってていただく形になりますね。I'm not entirely sure how I should explain everything you just said, Lav. So just keep talking, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, right now, like I said, Darko bought some armor. You can just say he bought some armor in preparation for the pyramid for getting the golden key. That about sums it up. And then I can explain from there.
This part is very dangerous. As you can see, he's already lost one party member, and we haven't even gotten to the more difficult part yet, so...
Exactly. Yeah, so right now, with the purchases that Darko made, he's trying to walk from Romilly to Ashlam. In Ashlam, he's just gonna pop in real quick. He's gonna revive his mage and anybody else who dies along the way. Hopefully nobody else dies. And then most likely also make one more safety purchase, buying a fur hood for his thief. And while we see Hactical starting up, he's going to be doing his character creation shortly. Something if you want to talk a little bit about that, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. We didn't quite get to talk about it. Darko already went through this part of it. In the beginning of the game, we first have to do a personality test to determine our hero's personality. We'll also be generating the characters for the rest of our party, our mage, our thief, and our warrior, as well as we also make a merchant for later on in the game. The personalities affect the stat growths that the characters have. They are influenced also very much by randomness, so we want to take advantage of good personality types to get the stats we want.
What personality will the hero have?
Most runners choose the lazy hero personality type. The personality test questions are very fast, and also the lazy hero will prioritize strength and stamina growth for the hero, and will also have low agility, which is going to be very important and very helpful, I guess, not necessarily important, but helpful for the later battles.
If you are trying to go fast, you can opt for the Brave Hero, which gives you a little bit extra strength gain over time versus the Lazy Hero, but less HP.
勇者さんは、怠け者が一番多く使われているって言いますね。で、そうですね。ちょっと日本語じゃちょっとわからないけど、勇気のある勇者もたまに使われます。で、そのステータスは力とHP が一番上がるっていうことを言ってました。
Very nicely done.
Thanks.
Okay, so far, Darko has made his way to the pyramid itself. He's still in pretty good condition. He's got all of his party members alive, but he's made it to the third floor, which is the most dangerous. He'll spend enough time here that he'll see at least some monsters for sure, and the monsters here pack a mean punch, so we'll have to see if he can survive.
I feel like anytime you make it into the pyramid with all your characters alive, you're feeling pretty good. But yeah, this third floor, as you're walking around trying to press these buttons, there's 4 buttons that you need to press to unlock a door that's going to allow you, nice dodge, that's going to let you get the magic key. And yeah, these encounters are extremely dangerous, so like I said, having all 4 characters alive, you feel like you're in a pretty good position, but that can change at any moment.
Yes, even one encounter can kill all 4 of your party members.
You'll notice also that Darko is being very careful not to walk to the stairs until after he presses all 4 buttons. That's because you have to press the buttons in a certain order, and if you run into the stairs before you press all 4 buttons, the flag of having pressed them gets reset. But once you press all 4 buttons, the door is open and it stays open.
Right. So he's opened the door, he's grabbed the key. And he's going to try and grab a couple extra treasures here. If he does end up running into some monsters and wiping out at this point, he's still made some good progress. He's got the key and he'll be able to progress. But ideally, he's going to want to head just to the south. There's the town of Isis that he's going to want to raid now that it's nighttime. This is all planned out in our chart to be this way.
Yeah, so Darko's made it out with the key and with the flashy clothes that he's going to sell later. Now he's just trying to make it back to Isis, which it looks like he has done. So that's the scariest part of the opening out of the way for Darko. The next, what would you say, about 45 minutes is 40 to 45 minutes is more or less cruise control as far as an experienced runner like Darko is concerned.
This is Dragon Quest III, and there's always unexpected possibilities. But generally speaking, yes, the next 30 minutes to 40 minutes while we set up for the Metal Slime grind is pretty stable. But he looks like he's made it through the pyramid section flawlessly here. He's got his whole team still alive. That'll be a good time save. He won't have to spend time reviving his crew. So we see here he used the magic key to grab all the treasure here. He's going to use some of it to use as actual equipment now, but a lot of it we're going to sell to buy different items in town.
And for anyone who's wondering, that one chest that Darko didn't grab contains a small medal. We never collect small medals in this run, and also opening that chest is a good way to lose about 5 seconds to a really slow enemy.
どうも、
どうもいらっしゃい。
こんにちは。は
スカーさん、お疲れ様です。
お疲れ様でした。
お疲れ様でした。
Yeah, I did it. I did it someday, Anna.
Good run.
Yeah, finally I got the sub 140 in DQ1.
イェイ
さて、じゃあ解説実況に入っていきましょうか。
そうですね。ちょっといろいろ日本語で説明していただいたじゃなくて英語で説明していただいたんですけど、そうですね。ちょっと知識とで言葉がちょっとかけている私が説明 しかねているところはあると思いますので、お願いします。
はい。そうですね。チャット欄にもドラクエのスタンダード RTA に詳しい方々が何人かいらっしゃるので。僕もね、ちょっとパーフェクトっていうわけじゃないんですけど、まあ、多少は、こう、走れる知識があるので、そういうところでお届けしようかと。今、状況は、ハクティカルさんが、馴染みの塔にこれから入るところですね。ダークオーデさんは、盗賊の性格がタグ外じゃなかったんで、勇気100倍を取って、性格を命知らずだっけなんだっけに変えるところですね。はい。会社さんの翻訳めっちゃ助かってます。
いえ。
現状、僕ではなくって、その海外勢の方が、技術としては上なんで、僕は実況しながら、わからないところを、こう、会社さんに経由して、その海外勢の方々に伺うっていうスタイルを。
頑張ります。So I don't know if you guys want to kind of keep explaining stuff and then Scar can jump in and kind of translate for the Japanese audience.
At this part, it's more of the same. Darko, he's got the magic key. He's now gone back to Alihan and basically doing the same thing he did in Isis. Use magic key to take all the fancy treasure, use some of it, equip his hero and the rest of his party. The important things that he has is iron armor and iron helmets for his hero and warrior so that they will be nice and tough. and the hero ring, which increases attack power. And he's getting the meteorite ring, which increases agility. And these are very important accessories for the speedrun. We'll see the runner switching them back and forth between different characters at various points.
It's also worth noting that one of the items that Darko and everyone else will pick up in Eliahan is a book. I don't know exactly which personality it switches you to, but you use it on the thief. If she has a personality that you don't quite like, you can switch it to one that's a little more optimal.
Right. Typically when I play, if my thief is not tough guy, then I go get the book for fearless type. But tough guy is best.
Yeah, tough guy is always the best because tough guy will give you, I believe it gives the most HP growth over time of any personality.
Highest
so
stamina, yes.
ideally, ideally you need your warrior, the second slot to be tough guy. You have to get tough guy. Tough guy is optional on the thief and the mage, but if you get tough guy, it's very, very convenient. But anything other than tough guy, you can get gourmet, and there's one other I can't remember off the top of my head that you can get on your thief. If you get either of those, then you will want to grab that book and then go ahead and use it on your thief, which is what Darko did.
今、キャラクターのパーソナリティについてお話ししてましたけど、はい。
はい。
どの性格が、一番お好みなんですかね。
ドラクエさんでいうところで一番いいのは、タフガイを選ぶのが基本的に体力がキープできるのでいいっていうところですね。あと、ところで画面の方は、ドラクエ1の竜王戦に入ったので、誰だラビッツか。ラビッツが竜王戦に入ったんで、メインの画面がドラクエ1の竜王戦に切り替わってますね。ちょっと見ていきましょうか。80にありますね。あれは勝ったろ。これは勝ちましたね。ベホイに唱えちゃう。まあ、いや、大丈夫ですね。はい。行きましょう。これは、MP の状況はかなりいいですね。うん。さあ、ベホイに唱えて。ケインさんが多分解説されたと思うんですけど、竜王戦は、竜王の第2形態は、攻撃のパターンがローテーションで完全に決まっているので、そのローテーション、高くターンごとの最適な行動を取っていくことによって、こう、体力をキープしながら打撃を与えて勝っていく感じになるんですけれども、MP がだいたい80超ある状態で竜王第2形態に行けるんだったら、まず、MP が切れることはないですね、基本的には。そうですね、ドラクエ2とドラクエ1では根本的に難易度が違うんで、その辺の差はかなりありますね。うん。いいですね。順調に打撃を与え続けてます。MP はだいぶ減ってきてますけど、打撃もこっちの攻撃も与え続けているので、多分これは勝利ペースでしょう。そろそろ決着がつくと思います。勝ちました。よかった。
パチパチ。
パチパチパチパチ。
パチパチパチパチ。
これ MP がね、64より下だとかなり厳しいんだけど、まあ、80あるから楽勝っていうか、その、よっぽどでっかいミスがない限りは勝ったってことですね。はい。じゃあ、そうですね、3に戻していただいて。はい。OK、let's return to DQ3 commentary。
はい、個性。
はい。
OK。
そうですね。キャラクターの性格についてなんですけど、基本的にキャラクターを作成するときに、性格を選ぶ性格を、その、種の使い方によって性格を選ぶんですけど、理想はタフガイですね。なんでかっていうと、RTA の中では、その、経験値を稼ぐ区間がある程度決まってるし、その、やっぱり、可能な限り低めのレベルでクリアした方がいいと言えばいいので、そうするとレベルが上がるごとに体力が伸びやすいタフガイの方が、最終的に勝率がどんどん上がっていきます。ので、可能な限りタフガイを選びたいんですけど、なかなかそうはいかないこともあるので、盗賊だけは、仲間、キャラクターを作成するときの、スタミナの種によって得られた、体力値が一定以上であれば、後で性格を変えればいいので、タフガイじゃなくてもいいっていうチャートを選ぶのが基本的な戦い戦略になるんですね。うん。 だけれども、まあ、だけどもっていうか、そういうことで、ダーコイさんは、あれですね、仲間を作成するときにタフガイにしなかったんで、あそこのイシスっていうピラミッドがある街の地下で、勇気100倍を取って、井戸の下の中で勇気100倍を取って、あれを盗賊に使って性格を変えたわけなんです。はい。
So what's Darko up to right now?
So the other advantage to acquiring the magic key early is that we can go to Porutoga and purchase steel whips, which are really, really powerful weapons that we're going to use for a really long time. They can attack an entire group of enemies all at once, in addition to having very high attack power. And the hero and thief can both use them. So now that we have these really strong weapons, we will come back and do Kandata in Champagne Tower. In this version, Super Famicom version, you must do Kandata in Champagne Tower in order to do the Baharata quest to get the pepper. That's not the case in the Famicom and NES versions. You can actually skip Kandata 1, but no, we must do it twice. So that's where he is right now. He's in the tower. He's going to make his way to the top and do battle with Kandar there. Since we have very strong weapons and armor, even though our levels are low, we're still very strong. So we should progress through without too many problems. But I feel it's appropriate to mention this